Certainly don't want to do anything but give them all the credit in the world. Their point guard did a really nice job. Cully Payne kind of controlled the game. Started giving us problems right from the opening tap, driving the ball and getting other folks involved. And then he hit some big shots down the stretch for them. Obviously, he went to the free throw line and converted. I just thought he played a whale of a game, and probably the key to most everything that they did. They handled the pressure pretty decently and made some big shots at the end. But when you were pretty sharp, played hard, and a little harder than we did at times. We played hard at times, but against a good team, and I think Loyola is a good team. You got to go 37, 38, 40 minutes, and I didn't think we did that.
Loyola head coach Porter Moser, Ben Abraham, and Cully Payne. Coach, if you could start with an opening statement, we'll take questions.
Obviously, I'm real proud of our guys. We talk culture all the time when you change a program, and the first thing we can think about in our locker room was when we played Michigan State a couple weeks ago. Afterwards, we got up in a huddle in the middle of the locker room and talked about, there's going to be a lot of people saying, hey, great job because you stayed close. But that's not the culture where you want to go. And these kids, the two next to me especially, just showed resiliency every day in practice and are doing things about getting us better. The mental toughness aspect, especially these two and the other guys in the team, is that we were down 10, and when you change the culture of a program, sometimes when you have 3 winning seasons in 27 years, you start to say, here we go again. And we got down 10. We've been down 10 the last 2 games, and neither one of them was that. It was about continuing to grind and work, and this was a great culture game for these guys to keep working and fight through against a team that doesn't let up for 40 minutes. DePaul comes at you the whole time, and I'm happy for these guys to watch their hard work pay off.
About how important your guard play was overall. Obviously, Cully, but when you're going against the team that presses the whole time.
Well, I know, right, when we say guard play, Ben is almost smiling because he took the ball out for 40 minutes. No, I know, because when you break, the inbounder versus the press is so important. And we have our center inbouncing it because he's one of our best passers and composure. So Ben entering the ball against that kind of pressure for 40 minutes. And I thought Cully did a great job. I mean, his turnovers, I'm going to split him with him. I'm going to split the fault on Cully's turnovers because I had to play him too many minutes. He had a couple that were when he was fatigued, and I'm going to split those with him. But I thought we spaced the floor against the press. We kept on doing shooters, and we call guys cutting in the middle, and I thought we moved the ball well against the press. And you're going to have some turnovers against DePaul. You just got to stay away from those, what coaches call and I call catastrophic turnovers. Catastrophic turnovers are those ones when you turn over and it leads to a dunk or a layup. And we limited those. We had a couple of those early, and then we had one late when Klahar whipped, went in for a layup, but we stayed away from those for the most part for the whole game.
Is this a program builder of a game for you? Is this one you had circled on your calendar coming in?
Well, I think it definitely is another step in it. I mean, you want to, obviously we got a lot of respect for DePaul. I do. I grew up here. I got a tremendous amount of respect for DePaul. But I think our guys are trying to climb out of that cave of disrespect. I think they're really trying to, gain some respect and work hard. The culture, it didn't start just this last couple of days. It's been going on, for the last year and a half with Ben and in the summertime and how hard we've worked. But, obviously anytime you can get a win on the road against a program like DePaul is big for us. But we got to keep things in perspective. We got our league coming up, and we got to enjoy it, but understand, and these guys will tell you, I say it to them all the time, there's reasons why you win and there's reasons why you lose. And we've got to, there's going to be a lot of people saying stuff to us. We got to understand why we won. What were the reasons why we won, and to continue to build on those reasons.
Ben and Cully, you guys talk about the impact of a win like this, but for you guys, in the locker room and the program,
Well, I mean, obviously, beating a city rival is a big deal. Myself and Jordan and Christian and Joe and guys that played a lot in last year's game remember it and remember what they did to us in the first half. And, I think my mindset coming out was just handle their pressure, because that was something last year I just didn't do in the game. And I think moving forward, guys can take this, and, in league play, you're going to see all different kinds of things, and you take, what you can learn from this game, how we handle the pressure, and hopefully apply that later in the season.
I agree with everything you said. I think it's a great win. I mean, playing DePaul, Big East, and all that stuff that comes with that is great, and inter-city rival. But I think at the end of the day, it's just another win that we can enjoy now, like Coach said. But we got Valpo Wednesday, so we just got to keep moving forward.
Can you talk a little bit about your sort of history with DePaul?
Yeah, the guys are joking about it. I was committed here like in 8th grade. It's a long story, but we won't go through all the details about what exactly it was, but at the end of the day, I'm happy where I'm at. I mean, I think me and Ben can take all the credit. Yeah, that's great. But at the end of the day, our coaches spent hours. Our goal team, which we call them, the guys that don't play a ton, they pressed us like crazy for the past 4 days, and they had us totally ready. So I give my credit to those guys.
And being like from the area, and Porter's from the area, and Ben's a senior, so he's from a lot. I mean, you kind of know about rivalry. There's some rivalry games, but this is a different kind of rivalry. City, local, the whole deal. Can you talk about that?
I mean, definitely. I know just between our team, it's always who's a better team in the city, and DePaul, Loyola, two really city teams. You got UIC and Chicago State. So, I mean, we knew coming in here that they get after, which they did for 40 minutes. And our game plan was limit the turnovers and defend, which we try to do every day.
And I'll add on to that. I was just asked a question down there on the radio and there. And we, as a program, have to continue to do more to make this a rivalry game. You can't win once every 23 years and call it a rivalry game. And I want to keep that into perspective with us, and that's something for us to continue to build on. Is that we want to continue to raise our program up and do that. I want to keep that in perspective. I got just a tremendous amount of respect for this school and their program and being from here. So I know we're excited. It's twofold. One, because we understand. I mean, we had a lot of guys that grew up in Rogers Park calling me and emailing me how big this game was. And those Rogers Parks guys, they're all, I know they're excited right now. But also there's an excitement that we have in our locker room that we know that we're turning the culture of our program about us, of where we want to go with this thing.
Any other questions? Thanks, guys.